We've all seen it. The hatred, the ugliness, the crying, and the downright disgracefulness. That is fanboyism. You may be wondering, how can I help these misguided manginas? Well, we're proud to announce that through supporting your local F&P and through F&P merchandise purchases, an undisclosed percentage of the proceeds will help fund the castration and spading of these feral beasts. But you must hurry, because left unchecked, the situation will only worsen. So please, help us in raising awareness on this unprecedented and increasingly annoying, ignorant, and childish behavior by visiting the link below, before it's too late.
Hi, we're back.
What's up,
We're back. Woo. Oh, and on that note, it's Wednesday night. It's 8 o'clock. What was the name of this podcast again? I don't fucking remember. It's been a while. Just kidding.
Gaming every once in a while.
Yeah.
Gaming Beyond the Circle.
Yeah, Gaming Beyond, whenever everybody on the panel has time to actually be here to do it. Also known as Gaming Beyond the Box. All right. Let's introduce everybody to the panel. And sorry, Mo, me and Mo are playing podcast tag. Last week, I was too busy working to make the show. He was able to make it. This week, I made my show. He wasn't able to make it. But on that note, Leo, what you been up to, dude?
Nothing much. Just work and been playing that new Pokemon game. It's pretty good so far.
Are you poking me in, right? Okay.
Sure, whatever.
Oh, goodness. So you've been enjoying it, though?
Yeah, actually. It's a lot different than the standard ones. I never got into, like, the cartoons and shit, but I first started with Pokemon Yellow back in the day. So it was, like, what, 98? 99, something like that.
Dang.
Oh, and I played the new Uncharted. It looks really good on the PS5.
See, I've yet to try that yet. Part it's good, though.
It's party.
Part, eh?
I just finished it, so I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, I'm glad I held off because I haven't played either. So I was like, sweet.
All right. And then one of the, well, actually, this guy actually used to be on the panel until we got tired of him and booted him off the show. And we bring him on every once in a while now just for shits and giggles. What's up, Obi?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me back. It's good to be here. I missed all you guys.
Well, we can lie and say we miss you too, but we won't do that.
Sus. Sus.
So what have you been up to, dude?
Not much. Survived COVID. Actually found.
Says Bomber.
I thought I was when I first got it, I was all excited. I was like, yeah, man, 2 weeks of just playing video games. Yeah, no, I was too fucked up to even play. I mean, anything. I tried once and broke out into a sweat and had to go lay back down. Other than that, I finally beat Guardians. I was kind of like I'd play it and stop, because I just, for some reason in my head, I liked it too much and I didn't want it to end. So I just sucked it up and played it, and it's definitely my game of the year for last year. And then just like Bomber, finished Horizon Zero Dawn. The game was absolutely amazing. Gonna work on the DLC where the new game comes out. But yeah.
Was that the first time you've had COVID?
Yeah. Yes, it was. And it,
Sucks balls. Yeah.
it was interesting. The after effects were worse. Like when I was negative, it was the coughing and the losing my voice and the stuff.
Actually, I think
nose.
I'm still dealing with the coughing, and so is Bomber.
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd week, and this is probably the longest I've ever gone without coughing.
Yeah,
It's
kinda what it does.
exhausting too, or at least
Oh, yeah.
that's how it was for me.
Actually, the problem I've had is I'm diabetic,
yeah.
but I've always got my sugar under control. But the funny thing is, it's really fucked up my sugar levels. I fought for like a week and a half to get my blood sugar back to normal,
It's crazy.
and that's with eating like a fucking eating like I eat chicken, fish.
Yeah.
I don't eat stupid shit.
I was eating a lot of garbage shit like pizza, burgers, fucking fries, and eating ice cream and all that shit. My wife couldn't stomach anything because she was so nauseous all the time. Like me being in the same room as her, she'd just want to throw up because of smelling the food. But like my little kids, my 3-year-old, my 5-year-old got it too, and they've had a common cold to fuck them up. Whereas it barely even phased them. My daughter had hives for like an hour, and my son had a cough for like a day.
My grandson had it too, and it didn't even bother him more than a couple of days.
Yeah.
So, but enough of that talk. We're all past it now, mostly. And bringing back the one, the only, the man that created the lube. What's up, KY Bob?
Yeah.
Mr. Tushy. Sorry.
Thanks for inviting me on here again. I always have so much fun on here with the Game Beyond the Box crew. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of a game called Dismantle. I've got myself hooked to it. It's kind of like
I do enough of that in the real world.
Yeah, well, it's Dismantle is a game where you can basically dismantle everything in the world, and you're trying to escape an island from a zombie apocalypse.
I've been dismantling houses and all that good shit.
So you can relate.
And there's probably some zombies in there too.
Yeah, probably.
And besides that, I've been running my own podcast on the Xbox Live Party podcast channel. We're on episode 11 now. We're having a lot of fun. And finishing up events in Halo Infinite. Having a lot of fun with that too.
Awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed the campaign for Halo.
I forgot all about that game.
I'm going to be forgetting about a lot of games come Friday.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And
then we have the leader of the Dreadites, and the O's are actually zeros. What's up, Dread?
Oh man, what's going on, everyone? Yeah, I've been getting it back into Black Flag. I just realized that
Nice.
every time I play Black Flag, I've been just like sailing around, doing like these weird side missions, looking for this, looking for that, and I decided to continue on with the storyline. I just like beat chapter 3. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I've been fucking around this whole map this whole time and not really like getting back into the story. I've been doing all this other stuff, and that's kind of like how the these open world games get to me. You know what I mean? You get so sidetracked with everything else that you forget to do the story. So, but looking forward to getting back into Halo. But I've been doing very well on the campaign so far with Halo.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, just working my ass off, trying to sleep, trying to live life, be here.
That's the best way to do it. And that's the only way to do it. And then, up next, we have the Nebraska Beard Chucker and the creator of the Elvis Vibrator 3 Speeds. Never mind. Fuck it. I just got over COVID. What's up, Us?
Yo, God damn, feels like it's been a year since we've sat down and done one of these. I mean, Wilmie's losing his ability to talk like an auctioneer.
I am not.
He just said
Let's get another girl jailhouse rock.
There it is. Shit. I haven't been up to a whole bunch of anything other than trying to find a new fucking job. Yeah, I literally have been spending most of my free time, even at work, applying for other jobs. So.
That's interesting.
And comparing winter pictures.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yep, doing a lot of snow removal and that bullshit. Playing some games when I have time. Yeah, other than that,
It's
just been
still
looking
coming
forward
down
to
here.
this for
Do you
a
need
month.
me to send you guys up a glass of ice? Another picture of that?
Shit. I think they got enough ice.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Yeah.
Got
All
deep
right,
enough
well,
slush I could drown you in it.
we had our share. We actually had snow on the beach here last Saturday. It snowed for like 2 hours. It stuck the last 15 minutes to my grass and mulch. Then the sun popped out and it was all gone within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's
I
about right.
don't think that's going to happen here.
Yeah,
no, probably not because you're in Ohio.
I haven't shoveled snow since I can't remember when.
Yeah, me either.
You'd be
And I don't
surprised how
care to
many
remember
people that live here are surprised about snow. It's like, it's Ohio. It's going to snow.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like people that move here do to get hurricanes.
Yeah.
I didn't know you get hurricanes, and we live at the fucking beach. What do you think hits here? You know, I mean, come on, people.
It goes
Are you
right
far enough
close to
down-
New York. You don't think it's gonna go right past you? Was it gonna go around North Carolina?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Are
just
you
like
far
how
enough down in Ohio to be in the Ohio Valley?
Hecubus said it correct. And yeah, dude, they really do. They last weekend when we had that little bit of snow, they were women fighting over bread. The gas station lines were full. And like these idiots here can drive on snow any fucking way.
That ain't the truth. You might as well not have gas.
Yeah.
I just like how the Bomber and I were in a party chat talking about, because it was I had quite a bit of snow over here in the Pacific Northwest, and I asked him if he got snow a lot where he was, and he's like, "Dude, I haven't had snow." And let me go looking through all of his pictures. I didn't have snow last year or the year before that.
It was like 5 years.
It was or the year before that, and then the next week you're like, "Holy shit, I got snow!"
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, and then it was gone that
That's the way it
afternoon.
And Dana, thank you for the $5 super chat. You didn't say anything, but that's okay. But he says he is watching the show while his girlfriend paints the living room. Dude, you're the man.
Weird.
That's
We
right.
already got a porn bot? Damn.
Yeah, it was quick. They're getting
And
real
then,
bad.
last but not least, and yes, Fork will be here. He's on his way home. But last but not least, Kratos' third cousin, 3 times removed due to chlamydia. What's up, Bomber?
Man, not a whole lot. Just being busy and actually finally got to beat a game. You know, that's even though it came out 20 years ago. You know, finally beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
Dude, I'm proud of you. You finally beat a single game. That was
I know,
awesome.
right? I know. You know, working on the DLC now. Hopefully, it'll probably be done. You know, maybe by this weekend. Maybe. Got so much going on, but yeah. Other than that, I mean, still rocking out freaking Halo Infinite multiplayer. I mean, that's still calls my name every time I turn on my Xbox. It's like nothing else gets played on it other than the Halo right now or Rocket League.
That's how it is for me.
But
I'm so shocked, Bomber. So shocked.
other
I
than
just
that,
pre-ordered Forbidden West on my PS4.
nice. Yeah, I will probably pre-order it probably like the week before it comes out.
I already got it pre-ordered.
I do not have it pre-ordered. Because
I've
doesn't
had
it come
pre-ordered.
out like the 20th or something?
15th, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
15th? Yeah.
14,
I probably
15, in there.
won't pre-order it then, because King of Fighters comes out the 17th.
Yeah,
And I got the collector's edition pre-ordered for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I really liked that the story, just that in general, the story, the gameplay was.
I didn't know you were into King of Fighters. It would be sweet.
No.
You just said you were excited for it after I talked about it.
About Horizon Zero, I totally blanked out what it was that you even said with game. I was just thinking,
I'm
Horizon
used
Zero
to it.
Dawn. I love that story. It was just, but yet, the character was relatable and gameplay was fun. A lot of different, I would say robots. I don't know, I was gonna say animals, but robots, and yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it. The only thing that I'm hoping they kind of fix in the new one is like the armor. Like pretty much whatever armor you have isn't like anything special, but I mean it looks cool. But I think only the one armor that you have to get all the freaking power cells, which I still haven't done. I know that one's supposed to be good, but like none of them give you enough benefit other than if it has 3 slots or not. So, but Hell yeah, I'm ready for the second one for sure.
The one thing that really sucked me in with that about that game was, I mean, so I'm big in the Xbox community, but I don't really pay attention to the PS community, so I didn't know a whole lot about the game. But then I started playing it, and then when I realized that this game was actually taking place like hundreds to thousands of years in the future of a civilization that had fallen, that's when it really piqued my interest, and I couldn't stop playing it after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a little while to figure it out when you start getting
Yeah,
to some
well,
old cities.
because it takes forever. That's
Yeah.
the worst part. It takes forever to get to the point where you're like, oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
will
in the
agree with that.
U.S. Like, I'm in the U.S. I'm actually doing all this stuff. Oh, there's a car. Okay, there's regular buildings. Okay, this is weird. Whereas
Yep.
the second one definitely shows that a lot more. But yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I just like the whole. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody else that's not played it, I guess. But
The only part of the game that got on my nerves is when you play her as a child.
Oh God, don't you hate when games do that? That's why
Yeah,
I did not
yeah,
play Assassin's
that was
Creed
only
3.
at the beginning, though.
No, that's
Right?
the reason to
I've
this
never-
day I have not played Assassin's Creed 3. I
Just-
hate playing games as the little kid.
Yeah, that kind of gets annoying. And thank you, Tushy, for the £2 super chat. Us done a queef and it smelled like chicken soup. Tushy will take your word on that one, but I would not be surprised.
Figured
You
it
got crackers in
soup.
it?
Crackers is shit.
Maybe that's why it was
What
so
is going on?
crunchy.
Gotta have crackers in my soup.
Oh, man. Well, we know there's a hot button topic tonight, so
There is.
let's talk about what Twitter is offended by.
What aren't they
I love that.
offended by?
Exactly. We should start that segment. It'd be shorter.
Oh, what they're not offended by?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd take just a couple of seconds. So, now everybody's realized we became really nice at this. We don't talk over each other and scream at each other anymore. We've
That's
Oh
right.
shit! Oh, excuse me.
This is our third year doing this, so we've gotten
Civilized.
better. Yeah, we're more civilized now. We hold our pinkies up when we drink. I learned that from SpongeBob. Thank you. That's not a joke.
Did you just watch that episode?
Like,
No, I've seen it a few times. Noof. So Sony bought Bungie.
Oh, that means they own Halo. That's right. Yay!
that means they
oh,
made
wait.
Halo.
Here's my only thoughts on this one, and I don't give a fuck. Everybody knows that. Christopher Hart, you're a dumbass. You know you're a dumbass. I tell you that all the time. You and whatever this failed pyro fucker, whatever his dumbass name is. In case you didn't realize, dude, they sold Halo to Microsoft to fund Destiny. I mean, it's common knowledge. You didn't get Halo. You got Microsoft sloppy seconds.
Wait.
Now,
Is he
technically,
the one
you
that
got their
actually said
sloppy
that?
thirds
Yeah.
because they left Microsoft and then went to Activision,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
they
they
did.
did.
And then
And then they
pulled
hurried
that-
up and left them real quick.
And
Yeah,
then
they won't-
Activision bent them over.
Yeah, and they keep pulling this shit. Oh, we want to be independent. Well, I read a report today. I did not put it on the screen because I don't care enough. But they really overpaid for this. And this is coming from Yahoo Financial. And how trustworthy are they? Fuck if I know.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
not like they're
every-
getting a huge library.
Yeah.
Do you really trust somebody
You
that
get
forgets
Destiny.
Yeah, but do you really want to trust somebody that forgets that Canada is in North America?
See, that's my problem with Christopher Hart. If you don't know Canada is attached to North America, don't try to talk about acquisitions. I mean, come on, dude.
You would
Grow
think they'd be
up.
able to stay independent with how much crap they sell.
I mean, you got Destiny. I don't care. I mean, I've tried Destiny. I've bought it. I've got friends that's all they play. I don't have 300,000 hours to put into a game to get a fucking shotgun.
Right.
So,
Or
That sucks 2 days after.
That's
Yeah,
also
exactly.
true.
I want to touch on something Leo just said. They make a ton of money off stuff. I looked up their annual revenue, and the most revenue that Bungie has ever made in a year was just under 500 million, $500 million. So, and I'm guessing those were the 2 years that they released Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Other than that, they're not a great big cash cow. I mean, hell, didn't Sony spend more money to get on the board at Epic than they?
But look at it this way:
are gonna-
at least they bought a studio somebody's fucking heard of, right?
It's true.
Organically, they bought an organic studio.
Oh, yeah.
They,
Don't
I think
forget
they
those-
spent
those
280
catchwords.
million for Epic. I think that's what
I
it
mean,
was.
I think their best deal's been Insomniac, personally.
Oh, definitely.
Well, of course.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
What,
They
two
got
hundred and
more
twenty
than
something $million? Like,
Yeah, they got more than their money's worth with them. I mean,
yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
God,
they
but the thing is Insomniac wasn't. They didn't have the IPs
No.
like they do now. Of course, with Spider-Man, really. I mean, I hate to say that, but right now it's just Marvel is what
yeah,
jumped them up. So,
Insomniac is very good at what they do.
Wolverine.
oh, I can't wait.
Right?
Mm.
Hopefully they are doing day and date by then.
Yeah.
I call my PS5 the Wolverine player.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I was reading this article that said that in retrospective that PlayStation paid 8,900% more for Bungie than Microsoft did back when. Microsoft only paid 200 and something million for them way back when. I think back in 2002. And then compared to the 3.8 billion that they were acquired for just to remain independent. And then but a lot of people forgot that in, I think September of 2020, Bungie approached Microsoft again to be acquired by them for $2 billion, and Microsoft declined because that was too much money. They weren't worth it.
they wanted
exactly.
they wanted that second IP that they were developing, but they said even that wasn't enough to get them to jump.
Yep.
I mean,
So
it's
this
it's
is-
very hard to try to buy one studio, for $2 billion or more. I mean, whatever. But hey, I mean, Sony decided to jump on it, and maybe it works out for them. You never know. I mean, maybe whatever they have in the pipeline is what Sony wants on their platform. I mean, hey,
I hope it works out for them.
absolutely. I mean, hopefully they bring some great
Well-
exclusives to themselves if they decide to do that eventually. But right now, I know it's all multi-platform. And
Right,
So-
but that's the thing. Any true person that's not being a troll or a dumbass would want these studios to still, I don't know, stay around, be prosperous, be able to put out these good games. Nobody wants to see who is it? The creators from Dead Space, where they shut them down and they moved everybody over to work on something else. You know what I mean? It's like, why do you want that? You don't want somebody to fail. It's just stupid fanboy shit that now it's not part of this, it needs to fail. Fuck
I don't want
that.
nothing to fail. I love competition.
Yes.
Makes it better for everybody.
plus, more things are out there that can make games that I can play is what I care about. Shit.
But, I mean-
why do you want people to fail or people to lose their jobs? Like, that's what all these people want. They're like, oh, they just, like, oh,
They're just unfortunately unhappy with their own life.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
So, just out of curiosity, I want to open a question up to the panel here. So we've seen Sony come out and announce that Bungie is going to stay independent and they will publish wherever they want to publish. This is a mainstay way of thinking that Microsoft has already made very well known that we are pro gamer. So we think that Sony has come out and said this because they want to try and take that pro gamer role from Microsoft? Because Sony has always been, whenever they buy a studio, they own all the IPs and you don't see them anywhere else. This is the first time they've actually ever said, hey, they can publish wherever they want. They're totally independent.
It's basically a really expensive collaboration or partnership is what it boils down to. And I mean, that'll be at all their disclosure, but I bet you, I would be willing to bet that part of it was talked about before the deal even went through, because they have such a, I don't even know, it's a big community, but it's also a very passionate one.
I wouldn't
And
say
that's
very big. I mean, there's only 30,000 on Steam. I think there's a lot less than that on Xbox, and probably in between on PlayStation. I don't think between all of them there are more than 75,000 concurrent players on that.
Yeah, but that's concurrent. It's not lifetime or people that'll come back for this, come back for that, or jump in and out, or want the next one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's smart, personally, but
They have over 1 million players online right now.
See, I don't. For some
But
reason,
see, then
I
again, though,
don't believe that.
that whole
That's
thing
what it
just got
says.
announced. It just got announced, so sometimes people just jump on there because there was an announcement on it.
Yeah, that's true.
But me personally, I don't care. I hope it does. I hope it works out well for Sony.
Mhm.
And
I do
they needed
too.
a good FPS.
Yes, they were lacking in that department horribly.
Yeah, they need something multiplayer.
I still think it's funny. Like, PlayStation just has not had any first person stuff since what? Freaking
God, it's been a while.
PS3, basically. Or the
Pretty
beginning of the
Killzone.
PS4. Yeah, Killzone.
Killzone,
So
No,
Killzone, and
or
Resistance.
yeah,
Yeah,
Resistance.
Resistance
all
is
that.
the last.
wasn't that Victorian one first person? The
1966,
No,
or
that's
yeah,
third
something
person.
like that.
1866.
That's third person.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That was
Order
yeah.
was
Yeah, it's
third person.
completely third. And so, like, what I'm thinking is just, which is smart. I mean, Bungie definitely is probably one of the best at mechanics in first person. Their gunplay is out of this world. Really, nobody can really touch them in a sense. Like, they have done. I mean, that's why Halo is as good as it is because of them.
Bar none.
So they are phenomenal in that. So I can like seeing them have maybe them getting Killzone, or they get thrown something that they already had, like Sony already has an IP wise. That would be glorious as well, just because we know that they're gonna crush it. And then like Xbox's side, literally that's all they have is first person crap. So it's like, where's our third person stuff? Eventually we'll get them, I guess. But it's like, it's just funny how both companies strongly went after one thing at first, especially Xbox anyway. They just went and just gobbled up as much as they could. But
gotta fill the gaps, man.
yeah, but they just got
Bomber,
nothing but first person shit. So I'm like, God, need some third person shit here, man. Come on.
Yeah, Bomber, you got to backtrack that on the Bungie thing. Bungie's not the reason why Halo. The Bungie's reason why first person shooter actually was good on console.
Yeah,
So I'm just
I guess,
saying for
They
Halo
made-
in general.
Because
any
of Halo,
first
but you
person.
you see what I'm saying is because Halo was so successful because of the way that they engineered it, it showed and it proved that you can do an FPS on console. Finally,
Yeah,
for the first
they were the
time.
Yes.
pioneers of that.
Mechanic wise, yes, but if you remember the Halo that was shown at the Apple event before it became part of Microsoft.
Yeah, it was
If
meant to.
that
run
had
on-
came out the way it was, I don't believe Halo would have ever been.
No, it wouldn't have.
No,
what it became.
absolutely not.
No, it wouldn't have.
So Microsoft had a lot to do with that steering the direction to become the icon that it is right now. But the mechanics, I agree totally. Bungie, they make the best playing first-person shooter games.
What I think is funny is also we keep on giving the whole group of Bungie being the best, but at the same time, there's been a lot of people that go in and out and in the industry have a hand in something.
Well,
a lot
yeah,
of
I
Bungie
mean,
people
I just say
stuck
Bungie
around at
because
Microsoft
Right.
too.
Bungie
I'm
is
just
Bungie.
trying to remind everybody that there's other people that were working with Bungie at one point in time or another that are losing the credit that they deserve too.
And see, Pragmatic
We'll
Eagle
never know
also
what that
nails it.
is either. Right.
A good deal of the Bungie that made Halo is still at Microsoft with 343.
Exactly.
That's
I mean,
true.
even Husk and I, we did an interview with Joe Winters. He worked on Halo.
Including the man in charge right now.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph
Yeah,
Staten.
Jeff Easterling and a bunch of other guys. They were all that original core group. They're all at 343 right now. Anybody that loved that anything to do with the story and just the franchise that was high up, they all went to 343. And so I would say that Halo Infinite right now, gunplay is pretty damn close to what Destiny gunplay is.
Yeah.
It's definitely close, absolutely. But it's definitely different because it should be.
Well, yeah, it's yeah.
And the irony of this acquisition, Sony announced that they will have 10 live service games by March 2026.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that includes PlayStation 4 as well.
Yes.
Which
Well,
is for how long is the question.
Really?
couple more
Yeah.
years at least.
Well, you look at PlayStation 2. They made that for over 10 years.
That's
Yeah, you
true.
got a point.
They kept
PS3.
on going almost. I
Dude.
think it was supported all the way up to like 17 years.
I mean, the PS3 was. I mean, they all have. I mean, really, the only one that kind of canned as quick as possible was really Xbox. 360 didn't stay. I mean, it did. I mean, I guess it did because Destiny 1 was still on the 360. So I mean, of course, Grand Theft Auto 5. So I mean, 360 still had some legs, but it was weird.
Yeah, they literally stopped supporting it like what was it 2 to 3 years before PS4. So you think how long PS2 was supported? They had to tell the devs stop making games for this thing.
Funny we should bring this up during
Great
the Bungie talk because I do remember Destiny as like the first cross-gen game that it happened right at the end of the 360 at the beginning of the Xbox One cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
Man,
they
it has
cut
so much
off.
promise, and then it was freaking. It was such a letdown. I was so upset with, like, because when every level was the same, all the enemies are the same, except for different colors. I'm like, dude, is this like Nintendo, like NES all over again with these freaking, like
It reminds me of the
maps and
fighters.
shit?
It
was
reminds
just
me
so
of fighters. Let's color swap the fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
That's
I was
basically
like,
what
this
they
is
do
terrible.
in that game. I remember
know.
renting the first one and going, like, I breezed through the main campaign in like a couple hours, and I was just like, "This is it, okay."
Yeah, not a great title personally, but I mean, it was an MMO, guys. Oh, bullshit. I hated that.
Yeah, Dragon Age was a cross-gen title. So was a Borderlands pre-sequel, if I remember right.
And so was Battlefield. Whichever
there
one
was
was
a lot
out at
of
the
them.
time.
Oh yeah, that was Battlefield 3.
One that was
No,
actually
4.
playable?
No, that was 4 because that was one of the launch titles, wasn't it? For Xbox One was Battlefield 4.
I don't even
Pretty sure.
remember. I don't remember which
Wasn't it
one was.
Hardline?
I was just gonna say
Oh, God,
Hardline was
Hardline.
one of
Jesus.
them.
Hardline came
It was
out,
some weird one-off. Like,
but no, Hardline was just Xbox One.
Tushi said it's Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
which was a great game. That was a really good one.
yeah, because
Oh, I
they actually
remember
had,
it.
and
Took
they
me
actually
a
had
minute.
buildings that destructed. They're like, oh my god, what?
yeah, the new one is so
Terrible.
That's a good word for it.
Just keep on going. Like pick all the things that you throw away in the dumpster bins. That's what it is.
I actually tried to like the new Battlefield. I really had high hopes for it. It's fun if you're in a small group like we played
Yes.
and you're playing bots, but man, don't try to play with humans. I mean, it sucks the life right out of you, dude. It's fucking terrible.
I played the beta for like 2 matches.
It's like a digital succubus. You know what I mean? It just sucks your will to live and your joy.
We're talking about Destiny again?
The last straw for me
Dude,
was when
Battlefield.
3 fucking teammates ran by me instead of reviving me.
Well,
And who came
that's
up with
Battlefield.
that idea?
That was it.
To be
came
fair,
up with
we
that
don't
idea?
revive
You
you when we're on teams either. So
I mean, who decided to come up with the system when you get shot, you got to lay there and fucking beg for somebody to heal you?
oh, I hate that bullshit.
Get the bag. Come here, please.
Please come
So-
here.
Save me, Tom Cruise.
So do we think Sony's done? Was Sony going to be a one-trick pony? Was this their only acquisition for this year?
I mean, I don't know.
No clue.
I mean, they'll probably end up buying something, another
They'll buy
little
something else.
thing.
They'll buy a company somewhere that nobody else has heard of again.
Yeah, which honestly is one of their best things they do anyway. I mean, they already have top developers right now, top studios that are busting out really top end games that typically have great scores and people love them, whatever. So I mean, that's something that Xbox has lacked over the years. So I mean, I think PlayStation's going to do what PlayStation does, and they're going to probably get somebody that, like you said, like a Fire Sprite again, or something that's off the wall, and everybody's just like, okay, cool. Or they may get From Soft. I mean, I don't know.
I think they're going to get Capcom or Square.
Or those, yeah,
Square.
Square.
It'd be a lot of money to buy Square there.
I mean, they already have Street Fighter on their system and only their system.
That's true.
Even though Palmer can't find it. I mean, what?
I can't find it at all. No, I was kidding.
I don't know, man. Square, that would be a pretty big chunk of change, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
I think it's in either 15 or 20s.
But see, I'm not a big fan of Square. I'm just not. I'm over Final Fantasy.
You saw how they made Spider-Man.
Final woohoo?
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Yeah,
It never was final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the final was the dream. It had happened, and why is it still final for still going?
yeah, no shit.
I mean,
That's
happy
Look,
with the
I enjoyed
That's a
the old
literal
Final
point.
Fantasies.
That's literal.
The last one I was truly happy with was Final Fantasy III, the US version.
I like
which-
7. After
which
that,
is
I was kind of
6,
done.
technically. Yeah, but after that, it just when they switched over to the new format, it just threw me off. I
New
liked
format.
what they did. Have you played 3 and
Like
1, 2, and 3, and all the way up to 6 technically?
I played all the way up to 15.
Like no more of
Well,
the.
actually, that's a lie because I never touched 13.
Okay, but
I
have you
don't
played
My bad.
before 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
actually,
I played all the ones
Final
that were
Fantasy
released
1
in
was
the-
like my third NES game, something like that.
Dark Zone says Square is $26 billion.
Nope, won't happen. It's out of their price range.
I mean, I think they have like 50 to work with, don't they?
No, they have like 126 billion to work with. That's how much they have held back.
What are we
I
talking
think
about, Sony?
I think that they could do it. And you know what?
More-
And if
more
they put
power
it in
to 'em.
Spartacus, I'm all for it. Save me money. I don't give a fuck about
More
it.
power to
Save
'em.
me money.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Let them fight for us. We're not supposed to be fighting each other.
Another
supposed to
game
be
that
using
I
them to
don't
fight
have to
for
pay
us.
money for because I can get it on Game Pass is a win-win.
Yep. And then there was that article that they were meeting with EA, but EA just
But
announced
EA,
that they want to acquire. They don't want to be acquired. But I think that if they're meeting with them, because it was rumored that they were, I think it's for Spartacus to have all EA games, be it Madden, FIFA, and whatever, launch on their service day and date.
That would be badass. I'll
I
go
can
straight
see
to
that.
that.
So
I mean, since Xbox ain't gonna get it yet, might as well. I mean, hey, I'll be all about it because
I
I love
could
me some
say
FIFA
something.
every year. So
I could say something about EA that my son told me because that's where he works, but I will get him in trouble, so I'm not going to say
yep,
anything.
you just
As
you
far
just
as-
keep.
Yeah.
As far as acquisitions go, I mean, as far as like making waves with the number of IPs, we've seen Microsoft do it with ZeniMax, all those IPs. We've seen Activision Blizzard, all those IPs. The only other developer I see that has got the large garden of IPs that will make waves like that is Ubisoft. You've got Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, you've got Watch Dogs. You got that
Splinter
shoot.
Cell.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. I mean, they've got,
All the
and they're not that
Immortals.
expensive right now. As with the way things are going,
Rainbow
Ubisoft is
Six.
not that expensive.
Rayman.
like the Rainbow
Did I
Six
say
series.
that right? Rayman
Rayman.
or Rayman?
Yeah,
Raymond.
Raymond.
And then don't forget that Diamond in the Rough that came out last year. What was that called? Where you were
Phoenix.
Immortals. Is that what you're
Immortal.
talking about?
Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Immortal,
Phoenix
yes,
Rising.
Immortal Phoenix Rising. Yes, that was a great game. It
They
came
had that
out-
little
it was.
indie style one, some sort of heart, Valiant Heart or something like that.
Hey,
something.
Noob, that tornado
World War
graphics,
II
they were
one.
really nice. It's the only thing I did. I got stuck in the tornado and just kept on flying around and around.
Battlefield. Oh, damn tornado.
What worries me though is that with Sony doing this thing with Bungie and Microsoft already making public this thing with Activision, in order to stay off the monopoly radar, they can't just go for another acquisition right away because that's going to throw up a bunch of flags.
Well, they
Well,
could. I mean,
Well,
they could. I mean, they could easily do it if
That's
they
not a
want to.
monopoly.
I mean, they're not a monopoly. They're technically, even if they did acquire fully right now, Activision Blizzard, they said, good, done. We're not going to wait till 2023. It's done now. and then they still went and acquired Ubisoft. They still wouldn't own as much as Embracer Group or Tencent. Like they would still be way behind them, and still wouldn't even have the what is it?
They're still number 3
the
on the
money
on
coming
the
in.
income. Yeah, number 3.
Yeah, their income is still way down. Sony's still blowing them out of the water. So
but
it's
I don't
just
think
funny.
they're going to look at it that way. Because of the Activision Blizzard thing and Call of Duty, I believe they're stepping back and they're looking at how much money this is going to take off of other.
But
platforms.
you notice, hold on. You notice they are reporting to Phil. They're not reporting to Matt Booty. They're not reporting to Xbox. Think about that one.
That's very true, because Phil got that. He got that promotion now, where he's no longer the head of Xbox. He's the head of Microsoft Gaming now.
So totally different.
Oh yeah.
Think about that one. I've said that
It's a whole
before.
other
Everybody
company.
glazed over that.
It's because he's on the board now. He sits at the.
He's at the honcho table.
He's actually in a completely different building, a couple miles away, than everybody else that's at Xbox.
Yeah, so when you look at it, people forget that.
No, I was out there with some friends who gave me the tour.
They were bird watching.
And said, "Oh, this is where
with high-powered binoculars."
Better than a monocular.
Oh yeah, Phil, drink your coffee. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bomber knows because I sent him pictures of some of the stuff I was doing there. But yeah, he works in the building with all the like where the Bill Gates would be if he was still there type of.
Thankfully, he's not.
Thankfully he's not. Man, I didn't know Bill was he was a savage dude. Watching all those documentaries with Bill, and man, I had no idea that he was his.
He's cutthroat.
Yeah, he was. He was very cutthroat.
I mean, hence why he got his company where he got it. I mean, he's definitely probably still is cutthroat, but
you
in a
got to
different
think about it
way.
Though.
But
When you're building up, you have to be somewhat cutthroat. You can't just be Mr. Nice Guy, give it away stuff. You know what I mean? You got to fight for it, and he more than fought for it. But at the same time,
give it away now.
You know what I mean? Now that they're in that position, they can play nice guy. Now they can show the nice face.
Well, they also were kind of. They were also forced to be the nice guy after.
Well, yeah, but
debacle,
they've been forced to be the nice guy many times. There's been
they weren't during the 360 era for sure.
Remember Edge with not Edge, but the Microsoft browser BS, where they were like, "Hey, look,
Internet
I'm just gonna pack it in." Yeah, Internet Explorer. We'll pack it in. Not a big deal. And they said, "Oh no, you're doing a monopoly thing here." So.
Now, if they would buy PlayStation or Nintendo, that would be a monopoly.
That would be. Yeah.
Well, they would just be like, hell no.
I remember that conversation that they had where Bill and them wanted to put Microsoft Word on the original Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And was it what's that guy's
name?
Seamus Blackley is like,
yeah, Seamus.
No,
he was like, oh.
hell no, they're not going to want to do Word documents in their living room with a controller. Like, well, how stupid does that sound?
Yeah.
All right,
you want anything with my controller.
Back in the early 90s,
report or something.
Or in the early 90s, I was one of the few people that had a PC that brought it to their living room to have a multimedia PC, right? So I'd play music, I'd play movies, I'd play games, and it sucked sitting in the living room trying to play StarCraft. You know what I mean? Trying to play Warcraft, trying to play these games, And back then I was all into RTS, so it was Command and Conquer and all that. But it sucked to sit there and try to do that, And imagine trying to do that and play and go to Word or do it any Excel. It sucks. Nobody wants to sit. You're not sitting right for that thing. That's why there's an office setting, and that's why there's a living room setting.
Yep.
I did the same thing you did, Dreadpool. I had a PC that was sitting in my entertainment center, and I had one of those coffee tables that had the top would raise up and then come towards you. And my mouse and keyboard always sat there in the middle of the table, and people would walk into my house and look down and look at the entertainment center and be like, "Am I missing something here?" I'm like, "No, you're not. I like my real-time strategy games. That's all I did. I never tried to do anything word-based or Edge-based or at that time Internet Explorer-based. It was just to play my real-time strategy games. That was all."
Yeah, this was before they made those tables.
Oh,
So imagine hunched over on a coffee table.
oh yeah,
You know, and it's
yeah,
all
that's horrible.
2 glass panels on each side. And you got a little sliver of wood in the middle part, and you're like trying to balance everything. And yeah, it sucked. And you're leaning over, hunched over, further down by where your knees are. You might as well just be sitting on the floor. That's why I really didn't use it. Even with gaming, it wasn't all that fun.
See, Nick's has it right though. We need Snapback on Xbox so you can play Halo and create a spreadsheet. That's what we need.
You brought up Halo. Has anybody else had this issue? I've been playing Halo Infinite on my Xbox the whole time on my Series X. And today I thought, you know what? I'm going to install it on my PC just so it's there. You know, maybe one day I feel like playing the campaign or trying multiplayer there. So I went into the Game Pass portion of the Xbox app on my PC, and it will not let me install Infinite. Is that because it knows I already play on console, and so it doesn't want to give me that advantage?
No, that's just the issue with Xbox Game Pass on
store.
PC.
Yeah,
that's just the. There's a lot of people that
I
were
didn't have that
issues
issue
out of it.
I didn't have that issue. I was
can't
able
play it
to
on
go
my
back and forth
PC anyway.
and play it on the PC and Xbox, so
It'll
I could
say
pick
it's
wherever
installing,
I wanted to.
But the percentage never goes anywhere.
Have you restarted the PC? Stupid questions.
Yes.
All right. I mean, some
Have
people
you
never
powered down?
I'm sorry, but some people never fucking power down their shit, and then they're
Have
like,
you
"Why is it still-"
uninstalled the launcher and then reinstall?
Yeah.
All the basic shit.
But no, it's just the store is lackluster when it comes. I don't know
mean,
why.
That's why they need to go ahead and buy Valve so they can have Steam.
Well, hopefully, maybe now with Phil's new position, he can convince them to let the Xbox team work on the store, on the Microsoft store, and get that part of it going.
It's the first issue that I've ever had out of the Xbox app on the PC.
Is it
the
plugged
only
in?
issue?
Yes. KY Bob, is your PC plugged in when you're going?
I'm on it now. It better be. I got lights on it right now.
Is your HDMI port plugged into your monitor? You got to make sure you don't have.
Now, I do agree with
two.
Frizzle and Husk, of course, is using Battle.net, so which I think that's what they'll probably integrate to, which would make more sense anyway. It's proven that it works. They update it every Tuesday, so it would be well worth them doing that.
So funny how when we saw the Bethesda, the ZeniMax acquisition, and then we saw the Activision acquisition, there's been so much toxicity on the other side of the aisle about those acquisitions. But then what's funny is that this Bungie acquisition, everybody that I've seen on this side of the aisle is just kind of like, okay. Is that because Xbox is Destiny more prevalent on the PC now than it was on the Xbox? Or do Xbox players not care anymore?
I don't think the reasonable people don't really care either way for either side when it came down to it. They're just happy that they're going to get games. And I think it's just the louder voices aren't as loud on one side as they are on the other.
I mean, I think they're loud on every side. It just depends on who you
loud.
follow. It's just who you follow. I mean, that's all it is there. But
like depends on the people you see.
Yeah, that's
just like
exactly.
we're talking about.
Yes,
Hart and Pyro talking about some shit. You know.
Yeah, I mean, depending on who you follow and who you let on your timeline, you're going to see certain things and where people. I mean, I've seen Xbox people be stupid, and same thing with PlayStation people. I mean, it's just constant back and forth, especially with these acquisitions, because it doesn't matter because the problem is the people that it matters to is the people that won't go buy the other console or have a PC or whatever. Like you just don't want to do it because your loyalty. Like screw your loyalty, just freaking go buy it, enjoy the games. That way you don't have to sit back and go, well, mine has this exclusive, blah blah blah. Like who freaking cares? If you own them all, it doesn't matter.
Those are the same people that we were talking about. That when you look and they're ranting and raving about a certain game, they have not even played it.
Who the hell's Pyro?
You know, and I agree 100% because Before I even put my face or my voice on YouTube on any podcast, I did not have a PlayStation, but I made sure I got one and I experienced the games because I didn't want to be ignorant.
I hear Pyro and think Brotherhood of the Evil Mutants.
No.
So
But
is
that's-
Pyromancer the guy? Is he the one that said that about the whole Halo thing?
No, that was Chris Hart, but Pyro had something going on.
I'm pretty
too.
sure he said something. I mean, I would
Pyro's always about Xbots, and it's like, no, dude, it's not Xbots. It's just toxic people.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
tend to
always, anything
block.
negative. It's always this. It's always this, and it's like, see, I told you it's this. No, it's toxic people, and yet you troll, but yet see, and that's a whole another subject. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna troll, be prepared to have people come back at you. You know what I mean? You have a
Well,
lot
it's
of
working
idiots.
for him. You're talking about him.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. It's
That's
like,
it. That's it.
Fact.
You brought him up on this. I didn't
Say
know who
his
he
name.
was, and then you.
well, Wilmy brought him up earlier with Chris, so that's why I didn't say the full name. I just said
Yeah.
I think I have both those people blocked.
Yeah.
I had to block him.
Maybe.
I had to block him because it got too much, and it's
Just like I blocked the people that were sitting there doing the whole copy and paste thing with Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, just because it uses the same animation.
Oh, dude, I can't stand that shit.
oh my god! I mean, didn't we just have a studio literally made for animations, so that way all their other studios can just copy and paste that animation, so that way they can make the games faster? All they have to do is put on a different skin. I mean, it's like this whole bullshit of, oh, look, they just copied the same thing. Yeah, no shit. You know what? When I drive to work every day, it's the same fucking animation that I drive to work every fucking day. What is up with all these fucking stupid bullshit idiots?
Say it, King. Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, it's pretty
Tell us how
dumb.
you really feel, Dread.
Right?
It's just the fucking
There we go.
stupidity of these people, and they keep on coming back. And it's like, how the fuck do you have people following you? How the fuck do you have people that just say, okay, yeah, you're right,
Where's my lighter? I need a light.
I'm
something to
totally
just
with you,
keep going.
Dread. I don't understand it either, dude. And like we were talking about a certain person yesterday in private chat, remember?
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I really truly don't understand it.
There was this gentleman. I'm not gonna say his name, but
Thank you.
obviously you can go back and look at my replies or whatever. And I had said, I saw that post and I said, bro, do yourself a favor and just delete this. And he says, no, I got to get my, he said, I got to get something from them. And I said, no. You make anybody that's like more of an Xbox fan look stupid by saying this, right? And he says, no, I need to get mine in because they make fun of this. I was like, no. You don't realize you look more stupid
She's like an idiot.
than you think. If anybody's laughing at this, it's not the people laughing that because they agree with you, or they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're getting all the retweets and the likes and all that shit and the quote tweets because people are making fun of you, bro. Not because they agree with you.
Yeah, and that's, yet again, how many times we have to say that they're playing Twitter. They're not playing games. They're not playing anything for enjoyment other than Twitter. You know, hey, look at me. Look at how big I am. And it's like, we're all the same, right? We all stand up. We all pee however we pee. You know, we shit the same.
That's
We
the
put a
same.
leg in. First,
I mean,
at
not
a time,
everybody. Never mind.
I was
Some
gonna say
people don't have legs. Some people only have one leg. Okay.
I do a handstand and piss upside down, dude. I'm sorry.
Shout out to this guy. ACS
Have you not
Husk
tried
in
that?
the-
It
in
is
the
so
chat.
comforting.
I mean,
He's got ACS
you're a
Husk
stronger
in the
man than I.
chat. He's
I
got
can't even
the
do a
right
cake
idea.
stand,
I
let
don't know
alone
who
pee.
this guy is, but he's got the right idea. The more you block, the less you hear from both sides, and that may be why I haven't seen the toxicity from the.
No,
bunch.
it's true.
That's the funny thing, right? Everybody bitches about the echo chamber. You know what? Sometimes you have to filter out all that nonsense to have some real, authentic people
Hey, I'm
in
the
that
king
echo
of the
chamber.
I've got 169,842 people blocked on Twitter now.
See,
Oh my
I
God.
treat my Twitter.
Eventually,
how
I swear Twitter's going to be like, all right, you can't block anybody else.
I'm
You know,
surprised
I've
you don't have an
recently
upside
adopted
down
that,
blue
Wilmy.
check to say he's
Frizzle.
the king blocker here.
I
Check mark.
when it comes to Twitter, I treat it like how I treat my game room. If I don't want something on my fucking wall, I don't put it on my wall. But if I don't want something, some cool little thing on my desk, I don't have it on my desk. I want what I want to. I want it to see. I don't go to Twitter to be angry. I go to Twitter to see, you guys and people posting gameplay or just the news. The stupid shit, the meme posts and stuff like that. It's fucking. It is. It's stupid. And I have this like and Willie probably does too. But I have this protocol that, especially with like PlayStation fanboys, is that if you have a Spider-Man gamer picture, I instantly will block you. If your picture is of Ellie, I'll instantly block you. I won't even click on your timeline. I'll
Which
instantly
Spider-Man
block.
picture though? He's been around since the '60s.
No.
I was going to say,
It's
Spider-Man's a little different.
No. If it's of Spider-Man from the video game, I instantly
Okay,
block.
which Spider-Man?
What do you mean? I'm talking about. You know exactly what
There's
I'm talking about.
Spider-Man,
If
Peter
it was-
Parker,
if
and
it's
Spider-Man, Miles
Tom Holland,
Morales.
If it's a Tom Holland in a bikini,
You
I'll
know who
keep
I
ya.
am. Come on now.
But if it's a Miles Morales one, I'll instantly block. Just because
Spooky. What's up,
9
dude?
times out of 10, if I go look at your profile,
Whoa, spooky.
you deserve to be blocked.
Hey, Spooky. It's funny.
Hey,
It's,
Spooky.
PlayStation-
Rocket.
PlayStation Obi blocks anybody with a Crash Bandicoot on his profile.
Did you just say PlayStation Obi?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Is there
Who's
a
that guy?
Shinobi?
Just the opposite. Think about it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna say I can't be called a fanboy because I fucking hated Halo. I mean, that fucking story was trash.
Hey, you're fucking trash. If you
Wait a
hated
second,
Halo.
wait a
Get
second.
the fuck out of here.
Yay,
Didn't
I'm
you
trash
just-
too.
Didn't you just print out a few weapons from Halo on your 3D printer?
Nope,
Not just.
I had planned on it. Instead, I built that God of War axe.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll tell you another protocol I've got too. If you are a dude and you have a female anime picture, you're automatically blocked.
Yes.
Yeah, now that I agree. That
Yeah, you
one
go
I
easy on
absolutely
my
agree.
man Kirby. Go easy on him.
I
That's-
don't care who it is. If you've got a little girl anime photo for your avatar, that's
That's
an instant
true.
block.
What started that
Oh,
was that angry Ellie photo that was, that they used in the cover where she's like screaming. That's what started that for me. Just like any person that had that as their profile picture, you're just an angry person and you need to be woosawed from my timeline.
Hey, some people just love what they love. I don't get it. I think the only game thing that I ever put as my avatar or my picture or whatever it was Anthem, and that was very short lived. But yeah, I don't.
I have a
why.
psycho mask. That's about it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yours is
That's
attached to
obvious,
yours.
man.
My avatar has not changed since I got this avatar.
But yeah, KY, I love the multiplayer. The story was it's like they made the whole game and just like shit, there's a story we have to do. No.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no,
Funny
it
thing
really
is,
was, though.
Dread's avatar makes him look like
It
the biggest
wasn't
comic
that
guy here.
bad.
It
That's
wasn't.
true.
You shouldn't be saying
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. It should just be it was fantastic. But the fact that you have to say it wasn't
no,
that bad
I'm
means it
saying
was
that-
bad.
Well, he's
I'm
also
saying
not
that
a huge
because-
Halo dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I was never a Halo player. I never liked Halo.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
Okay,
fact.
I gotta defend myself here. The reason why I say it was not
no
that
chance.
bad, the reason I'm saying it's not that bad is because, in a way, nobody likes to be just cut off before they feel like the story's finished, and it did. It's set up for a great sequel, but the way it did it left me salty.
We must have played
But-
different games then.
You know,
I don't know. I think.
Well, the
I
thing
think
is, though,
Bob's
you
just
got to
making
remember,
shit up.
this game's supposed to last for how long now?
10 years.
That's the
years.
part
10
that
years,
I'm
yeah.
reserving. I know, like what we've played so far was horrible, and I hope that they've fixed it. But like, I want to say, like the open world for it was absolutely amazing. I loved doing everything but a campaign mission. Those were the worst because it felt like those were just bolted on because as soon as you did a campaign mission, you went down to some dungeon, and then you felt like you were playing Halo 5 or Halo 3.
That was by design, though. They did that to give the
Well, it was a horrible
nostalgia
idea.
of the old corridor shooting of the older Halos.
Yeah, but utilize that big, beautiful open world that you had, and really,
did.
really utilize it more.
You got to
than what
fight
you
bases and outposts.
Yeah, and like I said, that was fantastic. But just incorporate that to the main story and less of the corridor stuff, and because it just made everything you did feel pointless. Because by the time you got to the end, it was just like, oh, I can't connect to this. We have to go somewhere else, and then you fucking go rinse and repeat over and over and over again with that. And then you spoilers, but you kill off very important characters off screen. Like whose idea was that? But I love the multiplayer, dude. The multiplayer is fantastic.
I took over one base, and I think that's all I've done. And I've only played multiplayer.
I see a wild cloud in chat.
I talked to Steve Downs, and he expressly tried not to say anything, and I think with him trying not to say anything, he actually did say something. And basically, when I asked him about the platform, that it was going to be more of a platform kind of in the way that they made the Master Chief Collection, only it's actually going to be one game truly with the storylines, and there's going to be like one-offs like Halo.
It's going to be a whole bunch of DLC.
ODST. Yeah, it's literally going to be that / at the same time your sequel, which will be part of it. So you don't have to buy a whole new game. It's just you buy this expansion.
Live
It's kind of like how it's
Hive Busters. I think is what they're going for.
Like Hive Busters, stuff like that. You look at Madden, and how many times we're like, it's the same fucking thing. We're buying the same thing, right? Call of Duty. We're buying the same thing over and over again every year. Instead of doing that, they're utilizing the same engine so that way they can push it out faster. They just have to make a better story to continue on with. And then because all the assets are already there, they just have to add more assets to give it the uniqueness of this part of the edition. And there you go. Everybody complained about Uncharted and The Lost Legacy, right? It was an add-on. Yeah, it literally was. And then they turned it into a full-fledged game. But guess what? With this, it's the same thing. It's just instead of buying a separate game, you're buying the separate piece of it and putting it into the main game. So it's just literally going to be a platform for 10 years.
Yep. And I think that they'll correct the story.
Yeah, right. Those chicks were hot. I love that. I like that game.
What chicks?
Okay.
Two chicks in Lost Legacy.
Oh, Lost Legacy.
Now you're objectifying.
I thought it was. Every time I made him climb up a building,
I never played it.
I like how Obi was like, "What chicks?"
I was like, in Halo. I mean, what chick are we talking about in Halo? Okay.
Cortana.
There are only like 2 females. Well, 3 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's.
I think there's a few, ain't there?
Oh wait, 4 because of that sniper chick from Reach.
Yeah.
I will never play Halo Infinite if I have to use Master Chief. Is that what that guy just said?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess he liked 5 then.
Who
Because
said
you got
that?
to play as
Wait.
Locke.
Wait a minute.
Is that
He
Spartan
loved 5
Locke
then.
sympathizer?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I saw one of those kids on Halloween being a Spartan Locke, and I had wanted to drop.
I'm not gonna lie, I like
Spartan
Spartan Locke's
Locke,
character. I
Master
think they
Chief,
didn't do right
Same
by
character,
it.
different color.
Right. I think they tried too
Listen, Leo.
much. I think they were trying to do like what they
They
did
needed
with
a fucking
Halo 2.
spin-off. Like,
Yeah.
let him and have his team and have everybody cross paths here and there, but don't make fucking Halo and remove Master Chief from the equation. That's
Or
how you
just
piss
make a
there.
better
Well, they
game.
did that with ODST
and Reach.
and then
too.
technically
Well,
Reach.
yeah, but Reach was an origin story. ODST
ODST
was
and
about
Reach
you
were
didn't know-
the
you didn't
drop
know
shot
that.
troopers. Had nothing to do with, it was a whole different perspective. It was a sub
Right.
story. It was,
But now,
spin-off.
like
They
I
didn't
said,
do that
just
when
like
they
the
did 5.
Master Chief Collection, it's all in one. Instead of buying through the years separate games, it's all part of them. So now you can actually have a side mission with Locke. You can have a side mission with other ODST. You can have another whatever pops out. So if when they come up with the show and something interesting, they said, you know what, we could probably borrow that. Even though they are 2 separate.
It's not canon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not canon. They're 2 separate storylines, They're not canon. They could still borrow from each other. So if they find something, they could always bring it in.
Man, Cyber's
And-
going hard on the hate.
And Dark Zone, I completely agree, dude. That's why I own everything and play on everything.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean, right? Elden Ring. All right, I know we've just like shot off somewhere else, but Elden Ring, right? I was happy to see it come in, and then the more and more I learned about it, the more and more I didn't like it. It's not for me. But
Oh,
you
it's
know,
not my
I'm
type
not
of game
hating
either.
it. I'm happy that other people want to play it and are excited about it. So I'm excited for them. And that's the way we should be. We should be sharing our games, our enjoyment of these games, right? Bomber just played Horizon
A
Zero
game that
Dawn.
was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, old game, but guess what? We're all happy that he finally completed it. You know, he enjoyed the
Yeah,
game.
it's a good game.
Someone
felt
can
new.
check their
That's
messages.
for sure.
Heard their phone.
And speaking of another good game, if you have not tried it, Chernobyl Light will be getting a next-gen upgrade in April
Oh.
on PS5 and Series X. And you can
Ain't
get the game for, I
Chernobyl-
think, like $25 right now.
$20.
25.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, wasn't it ongoing into Game Pass or some shit? Or am I
Not that
just
I know
thinking
of.
it? Or am I just like
Are
bringing
you
that out?
confusing that
Not
with
that I know
Stalker
of.
2?
No, God no, because
Okay.
I'd rather
No,
play
Chernobyl
Stalker
Light is really good. I've actually streamed it here on the channel. If you have not picked it up, check it out.
2. I'm definitely
Matter
gonna
of
check that out.
fact, on the 18th, you have Horizon Forbidden West coming out. And then on the 24th of this month, a game I've been waiting for, Martha is Dead.
Yeah, that one looks good.
Martha
I
looks
can't wait
really
for
good.
the 17th.
What's the 17th?
King of Fighters 15.
Oh, yeah.
Although at the end of Martha is Dead, I'm expecting to see Batman and Superman going mother.
I wouldn't swear that's going to happen, but
No,
yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Hey, speaking
Hey,
of
well-
Spider-Man, that got delayed. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Hey, Wilmy, this is your show, and I respect that, but I really want to know what the panel feels about the reveal trailer for the Halo series during the NFL games on Sunday. What did we think?
I'm
I
going to
thought
watch
was
it.
badass.
All right, throw the gas picture, the gas gift up there. That's what I thought of it.
Oh, you
Really?
You talking about? Let's see, which one is it?
What the fuck?
On average, every 7 days, someone finds gaming happiness with FNP.
I'm here to play games, and that's why I choose to game beyond the box.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
love-
get that out of
I
my
love
head,
Gaz.
bro. I thought I would never see that again. God damn it.
Oh, dude, it never gets old.
And
I've
the
gotten
best
good at
part-
muting.
The best part, we actually had Gaz and Mag on the same show a couple weeks ago. It was awesome.
Oh man, those.
Oh,
those
damn,
two
that was a
guys.
couple weeks,
They
wasn't
need
it?
to-
I was like,
Yeah.
what
They
the
need to
last?
collaborate on a video. They need to do that.
So
Oh, if you saw the one with Mag,
Yeah.
Mag is amazing too. It's funny.
oh, I love that one.
Yep.
But yeah,
You know,
I mean-
what did you think about it, Bummer?
the Halo TV thing, I think it looks like it's gonna be, you know, they put money into it. It definitely looks like that. It looks
Not
like it's
enough.
gonna be.
What?
I think it's gonna be pretty good. Of course, you know, Chief just doesn't sound like Chief. I mean, I understand because he's not
This
used
is
to Dude
true.
Man's voice, but I know it's a younger Chief. Whatever. Cortana, I could take her or leave her. It's not really a big deal for me. I mean, if she was a little bit more blue, then I'd feel a little bit better about it. But hey, their story.
She's not a
I don't-
Smurf,
But
right?
don't you feel
Yeah, she's
good
definitely
that
not Smurf.
they're using the actual voice
Yes,
actor for it?
Mhm.
No, yeah, no,
Cortana,
absolutely,
yeah.
no. All of that, I'm for whatever they want to do. I
Yeah.
just want it to. I want it to
good.
have the I want it to be good. I do because I want not necessarily just for the Halo universe. I don't know enough about it to really be like, oh my god, I need to bust a nut over it. But it's I like the combat. Looks like it's going to be amazing. Freaking the Well, the Covenant looked freaking
Dude, the
sweet.
VFX
I mean,
is fucking
mine is the fact that they didn't show any grunts. I hope there's some funny parts with grunts because that only makes sense that happens.
I just
But
wanna
the
hear
vehicles
grunts.
looked incredible. The armor just looks sick.
Yeah.
It looks so
Master
good. And,
Chief
and then all the
looked he looked
promos,
amazing.
all the promo videos, like the one where the dudes they're singing in the mine or whatever, like that had me more so than the stupid trailer personally. Like it gripped me
I
more.
would agree with that. Those
promotion ones, man,
promotional
were so
trailers for Halo Infinite
good. God.
were amazing and had nothing to do with the story whatsoever. But
Well, they did that with the promotional for Halo 3, Halo 4.
yeah, I mean, those are really. I wonder if those were.
I'm
they'll
hoping it's part of the show.
Though, yeah, if those are part of
God.
the show, that'd be.
I hope so. If
that'd be pretty cool.
they are, oh my god, then I'm definitely going to be in for a treat. I think, but
Yeah, I was
And
hoping.
I agree.
that
I
with
agree
the-
with Frizzle. The
do you
grunts
say?
conversations need to be in there.
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
I still want to
absolutely.
hear.
You
I don't
can just
know
hear 'em
why. I still want to hear Zug Zug from one of the grunts.
Oh, absolutely. You better. You better,
I want to hear
man.
them saying they hate the theme song. Did you hear
I
that
wanna
in
hear-
Infinite?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yep. At the
They
one
started
of the
saying
little,
it like, I hate that song.
I hate that song.
And for
the
those
propaganda
of you that,
towers.
for those of you that don't understand, Zug Zug is one of the peons in World of Warcraft RTS. That's you click on them. Zug Zug. Yes. What do you want?
I want to hear work.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
That's what
I mean,
want to hear.
It'd
all
be cool
the
to just to
stuff.
see like
I just
those
wanna
little
hear it
iconic phrases
normalized.
from other places just pop up there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I believe they used they actually are using sound bites like for weapons and guns and shit from the games.
should.
Yeah.
They
That's
better.
good.
Like,
I mean,
Well, it
that
makes
way
sense.
kind
Joe.
of-
well,
Yeah.
and those
Yeah.
teams went out and I mean,
So
Yeah, you check
Literally.
their Instagram channel for
dude, it's
343, and they
fucking
did some cool shit. They got to make some blow up some shit, shoot some big guns. But my biggest wish from the show is that they explore the Spartan program. Because that was in the beginning of Halo Infinite, them talking about the Spartan program. That to me was the most interesting part of the entire campaign. Is I want to know more about Chief being selected, how he interacted with other Spartans when they were kids.
Didn't they put that in the comics?
they put that in the
yeah, there's
Yeah, well, this
animated
isn't canon, so I
movie.
want to know how they do it.
that's also true.
the
no,
novels
that's
cover it,
fine.
but
Yeah,
I want
mean,
to see
what-
the
so what do
boxing
you
ring
think-
scene in there. I don't care.
So,
I just
Obi,
wanna
what
see
do you
Chief
think
fuck
on
someone
this?
up when he's 10 years old.
You right?
What do you, Obi? What do you think?
You want to see a
on this
10-year-old
when it comes
torture?
to-
What the fuck?
10-year-old beat the shit out of an adult. That's
All right.
That's
So, what do you think about District 9 with it shutting down? Was it a good thing at that time, or was it a bad thing that it became District 9 as opposed to the original Halo that they were going to make at that time?
good thing.
Good
I think
thing.
it might have left a sour taste in people's mouths.
Right. It's like at that time though, it was like so
I'm not going to touch
disappointing.
that statement.
You know?
Funny fact is that the guy that played in District 9, the main guy, they got like turned into like an alien human hybrid or whatever. He's actually playing the Unabomber in a new movie.
No
Nice.
shit.
Nice.
So I did want to bring up that. So last night I sat the wife down and I had her watch the Halo TV series trailer on YouTube, and I told her I'd bring it up in this podcast. Her reaction, because she's not on Twitter. She hates Twitter, but she does prefer. To
I don't
play on
blame her.
Xbox.
Don't
Yeah, I know, but she prefers to play on Xbox, and she's really invested in the Halo, canon, the storyline, as am I. And so I sat her down and I wanted to know her honest opinions. And her honest opinions was, one, she said,
Why are you holding me down and making me watch this?
well, yeah, sort of like that. She was standing there like, okay, how long is this? And I said, it's just 2 minutes. Okay, I can.
You're talking about the movie?
2 minutes.
The trailer?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
the
trailer.
trailer.
Oh, okay.
And she said, one, it reminded her, the aesthetics reminded her a lot of The Mandalorian. And two, is this canon? And I didn't have an honest answer for her because I was like, well, canon as far as the games go, we really, as far as the games give us, we don't know a whole lot of anything about what happened to Master Chief before he was brought out of cryo sleep in the first game. So from that standpoint, yes, this could be canon. But honestly, I've not even delved into it to see whether or not it is.
It's
So
not.
It is not
It's officially
canon.
not canon.
It
It's its own story.
borrows from the games and the novels.
And
Yeah,
and
it's its own timeline.
if you want to know about what happens to them, they have a cartoon. They've got a couple of those little mini movies that they released on DVD. So
The
You have a
books
quick
cover
question,
all
though,
that,
for
is
you
what
guys.
anime said.
If you guys think that if they would have used, I mean, I can understand using the actor's voice if he didn't have the suit on, but obviously having a helmet on could change your voice. It does it in the Mandalorian, and with Boba Fett. If they would have had Steve Downes do the voice of Halo or Master Chief, do you think it would have been canon?
I don't think so. I think it'd be
don't know.
more. It would have felt more like Halo to me. Like it,
I mean,
just
they could've
his
made it a
voice.
prequel.
I'm like, yes, but I'm like,
It
now
would
I'm
have
like,
aimed
oh,
it
this is
more
weird.
in that direction.
Yeah, I think it would have been more of a
Instead of being
prequel because
so-
you're being introduced to Cortana
Yeah.
at that time, and you're just finding out about the Halo rings. It could easily be a prequel, I think, if they would have used his voice.
But I think
Plus
it
his helmet's
also
definitely
would have
coming off in the
upset
show.
people down the road, and it would have
Yeah, I
it would
think it
have
would've
been a lot
confused.
more abrasive and confused people. Yes,
yeah, I
because
think it would have been more
it's
confusing
not canon.
because they would be like, "That's Master Chief. Why is it?"
Plus,
not Master
you're gonna
Chief?"
hear, if you heard Steve Downs' voice, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And then they take off his helmet. You're like, he doesn't sound like he's
Not my
70.
Master Chief. Well, I mean, they did it for
Right.
Darth Vader. I mean, they did it for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
A completely different voice, but and another thing, I watched Alana Pierce's reaction to it, and it's something that I didn't think of is why did they not use any Halo music in that trailer?
Right?
Because they're not just trying
It's
to
because
get
I don't think
Halo
they're trying.
people.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I know, but
They're-
Halo music is known by so many people, and they could have remixed it a little bit. They used a remix of another old song. They
Maybe
could have
actually
remixed it up just a little
They
bit.
actually used the main theme of Halo during a Paramount Plus thing where it has like all the characters from different shows doing the main theme of Halo. Even Cartman's doing it.
Yes,
Yeah, they did that one.
Paramount Plus did it, but they didn't do it for the actual.
Their
trailer
choice
for-
makes sense because it's a completely different medium than Halo's ever been really on, like the stage wise. Like it's not.
It's also
It's being adapted
And
into
that's
a
what she-
series, and it's trying to reach everybody.
yeah. It's
That's
also,
what she
just-
said. It had to get more people who probably weren't, because the hope is that they have this show and they like it and they want more, and so they go and they play the games. That's the hope. But as far as like quality wise goes, I don't know. Did any of you guys watch The Wheel of Time?
No, I don't know.
I've been trying to sit down. I just haven't been able to sit down to watch it. I keep
That-
hearing about it.
That show left a bad taste kind of about things being adapted to the screen, because it is canon, and the source material for them was pretty, because the way that writer works, they could have easily just followed the books to a T and have been perfect, and for some reason that they didn't. But like it makes me nervous for it, for this show, because expectations for people need to be in check, because it might seem kind of like this is kind of corny, but if it comes out like Witcher style, I'm fucking all in for it, because The Witcher is fucking amazing.
Well, Witcher is.
You brought up the Mandalorian, right? So think about it. Everybody had a bad taste after the last trilogy.
Yeah, but The
and
Mandalorian is an original story.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's based on the same universe.
Yeah,
So-
I mean and that's fine.
So, but
They're
that's
not-
But this is still Master Chief, though. This is-
unfortunately,
Exactly.
yeah, I get that, but that's what I'm saying.
So-
It's also you listen to the music, right? I still hear the that they have in that whistle guitar thing that they do. It's like
For
it's
Mandalorian or
for Mandalorian. It's so unique to itself because they
is.
wanted to separate it from the movies. It has, you know what I mean? So they want to do that. So the same thing here is they want to get it out there to be. It's Granted,
its own
it's still
thing.
Master Chief, but it's its own thing. And like you
Yeah.
already said, they wanted to get it to a broad audience. So yeah, if whether or not they bring the music in, whether or not they have the Steve Downes voice, it doesn't really matter. It's only going to matter to the hardcore that they're the only ones going to look at it. Everybody else that knows nothing of it. I mean,
Yep.
right? Wasn't the going joke recently? Oh, look, they made a game from the guy that was in Fortnite.
That's just been going around for a while with Thanos. It was I think it started with Thanos. Like, oh my God, that's the guy from Fortnite.
Right.
But I had a quick question for you. You brought up the whole music thing. You've seen episode 4 of the Book of Boba Fett, right?
Yes, I haven't seen. I haven't seen today's release.
I haven't seen today's, but at the end of the episode, when the music would normally kick on, it would be for the Boba Fett. Did you notice it was the Mandalorian music instantly after?
Yes.
Dude, I freaked out and I was like, wait, what? Like, I instantly recognized I hadn't heard it in over a year, and I instantly freaked out. I was like, holy
that's
shit.
the music. That's what I'm saying. You can still hear it. It's like you think Mandalorian, and in the background, for those of us who pay attention, you hear that music, that thing. It's like right now, it's popping in my head, repeat, and it's like
that'd be cool. I mean, that'd be cool if they have. If
they did something like that similar, because right now you hear that iconic. It's like
but you will hear that. You're gonna get
have something different.
The theme songs of all the things that we hear in the game. 100% will be
a
that
warthog driving scene with the guitar solo.
Right.
I'm willing to bet money right now
Someone's
that the intro credits to the TV series will have that classic Halo riff. I'm willing to bet money on it. Yes. I mean, you are going to be pumped up, and it's going to... I mean, because Disney Plus has The Mandalorian, and it has The Book of Boba Fett, and now Paramount has Halo, and they are going to milk this and pump this as much as they can. And
Amazon
GTA
Prime has
5.
Lord of the Rings. And
Hopefully Halo doesn't have
not
crappy
GTA
Power Rangers
5.
too. I mean, there's already a lot of movies and TV shows like GTA 5, so
Okay,
they don't really have to bring it out.
You have put my pit bull to sleep.
They got me yawning.
It's my soothing
me
voice.
too. Jesus Christ! I heard about Mandalorian. All this. Jesus, who fucking cares? I hate fucking Star Wars.
I'm
and
sorry
anything
I
involving
did it.
it.
I'm
Did
sorry.
you like the season 2 of The Witcher, Wilmy?
No, I didn't watch it either.
He got
I
time
don't
to
like The
watch
Witcher.
it.
I never watched whatever that other one was about the Vikings either. I never gave a fuck about that one.
Vikings?
I'm enjoying
Game
so
of
far
Thrones.
of Game of Thrones.
It's not Vikings.
That's not Vikings.
Definitely not Vikings, but it was really good.
I used to like you, Will.
I thought you were talking about Vikings, the show.
That's what I was like. Yeah,
That's
it's
what I was
called
like.
Vikings.
Yeah, whatever the fuck
you
they
could
were.
also been talking about Last Kingdom on Netflix, and that's fucking
Or that
good.
too.
That's good
Yeah,
That's good,
I'm
too.
not interested in that one either.
I have no
Not
idea
at
what
all.
that is.
What about
Thank you, Leo.
what was that? The other one with the
Texas
supers.
Chainsaw Massacre. Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that
That one
out
looks
18
good,
on
though.
Netflix.
that one looks good.
Yeah,
That
and they're
one
making a
looks
game
good.
too. Remember?
Yeah, they
Yep.
are. Oh
Yeah.
god, but the same people that made what Friday the 13th or whatever.
Yeah, that's the only bad part.
Yeah,
That's the only
I'm
bad
not.
part.
I don't know. I don't know about
But-
My
in-
wife just
in-
watched Scream last week.
I heard that
The
was
new
actually
one?
good.
She said it was good.
I've heard everybody saying that's good, and that was
I think-
shocking to me.
She had
I
a
think the
couple of
best movie-
things to like talk about, but because I hadn't seen it, we're like, when I get a chance to see it, we'll talk about it. But she said overall it's good.
I think one of the best movies I've watched in a very long time was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Really?
I know you
Oh,
raved about that.
Dude, that is the
I
best
only watched it
sequel
because
I've ever
you
seen.
said do it. I went and bought it that
There
night.
are sequels, and then there is Ghostbusters Afterlife. That
Yeah.
movie was such a tribute to Harold Ramis. That I mean, they just did everything perfect.
Dude, they couldn't have
There's
done. I
very few
couldn't
movies
imagine it.
that
better.
do that.
It sounds like, because I haven't seen it, but it sounds, from what everybody's been talking about, it sounds like Harold Ramis was there writing the script with them.
Wasn't it his
Kind
son
of
who did it?
Yeah.
The original director's son took
Yeah,
over.
he took
Oh.
over.
Son took over.
But still, sounds like his spirit was there. Like,
And
guiding
see,
them
Sean
along.
agrees with me too, or Peniac Giant, whichever one you want to call him. I call him Sean.
Miss Sean.
But yeah, that was the best movie I have watched in a very long time.
Wow,
Pragmatic,
I'm gonna have
it
to
is really that good, dude.
Oh crap! I
It
guess I
truly
need to watch
is.
it.
Damn it, man!
It's a very good
I'm
movie.
in
I'm not
nothing.
going to.
I'm watching
just need to
Euphoria
know
with
it-
the wife right now.
When I go out campfire and make some s'mores, am I going to look at those little marshmallows and are they going to like start like wiggling on me, going, "No, don't eat me"?
That movie,
Yeah, I thought that was
That's so
awesome.
funny. But
Little
let's move away
bastards.
from that. And if you're like me and you've been waiting, the Valve Steam Deck is coming out this month. It's launching on the 25th, which means you have 23 days. So they should be shipped out by the 28th. They will be starting on the 25th. So
That's the first wave though. If I
that is the
recall.
first wave. If
Yeah.
you're in that first wave, you should get yours shortly. I know I'm in the first wave. Haha.
I'm
What
sure they
exactly
ship
is
out
the
a
Steam
shit ton
Deck,
of
and
those.
what can I expect?
What's
It's a
that?
mini PC.
Mini handheld PC.
It's basically someone
Yep.
took a press and put a PC and a Switch, and they just pressed it into one.
They put Steam
Yeah,
on
like
a Game Gear.
Practice it. It's an adult Switch. Damn right.
Yep.
And if you go to reserve one right now, I think it's not until second quarter of this year before you would possibly get it.
Wow.
Just letting you know.
Pixel. I have not got my email yet.
So did
Yeah,
you
I'll
all
be the
see
first
the article where they were saying that certain retailers are not stocking PS5s, but yet working with independent retailers to take larger profits off PS5s?
Does that surprise you at all?
Oh, that's what I
It
was
doesn't
thinking.
surprise me at all, but it surprised me that it made it public.
I mean, all the big sites. I mean, everything from Walmart to Amazon, anybody they're allowing a third party to sell shit at scalp prices.
And that's why
Yes,
you walk into all these
they
stores
want a
and
piece of it, you know.
you see Series S's on the shelf, but absolutely nothing else but Series S. That's it.
Yeah, they want a piece of that money.
Damn right. Got my
Because
damn money, buddy.
if you look at Walmart, their app, which I hate Walmart just as much as Target. If you look at their app, if you look up PS5, you may every once in a while catch one at normal pricing, but if you try to purchase it, it will go away, and they will show you some for like $900.
Yeah, that's been like that for
it's
for about 6 months now.
Yeah,
When I
they've
was
been doing
trying
that
really
forever.
hard to get one, they would always say, "Don't buy these ones because they have the scalp ones listed right now. Wait until it updates, and then they put theirs." It is fucking it's slimy as fuck.
They
Oh, it
followed
is, dude.
suit
It's
with
sleazy as fuck.
yeah, they follow suit with Newegg and Amazon, where you can be a seller through their website, and they're doing this exact same thing because you go on there, you're like, oh, cool, and it's like you have these other sellers to choose from, and you're like, it's like 3 times the amount. Are you serious?
And Flame, thanks for $2 super chat. As a Walmart employee, I hate this place too, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
at
go
Walmart
man
so much.
like a check stand or something for somebody, man. Go help people check out. Open one of those check stands out.
The
I haven't
truth
been
Yeah,
comes
you
to
out.
don't.
Walmart.
Unfortunately, you don't get the option to just go do that.
Yeah,
You should
I
have seen
haven't
what I saw at Walmart last week. I was doing my job, stocking the stuff, and the store manager had a meeting right in front of the doors, and they were talking about how shitty the store was doing in front of them, all the customers with all the employees. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's why it's doing shitty when you have shitty management like that.
I was like,
I mean-
maybe you should be working right now instead of having a meeting. Just saying.
Yeah, it'd be nice,
I haven't
wouldn't it?
been in one in 3 years. I was just in one last week because we had a job to do in one of them, and I went over there to check out the other guy's work and see what he was doing just to make sure that it was up to snuff. And then I walked out, and that was it. I was like, nope.
Oh,
Before my new
Flame.
job, that was the first time I was in a Walmart in years too.
Yeah. I just
you read. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna sit there and work for you for those supposed discounted prices. I'm not your employee. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'll use a self checkout when it's convenient for me, not convenient for you.
Flame, what do you mean? That's why you still don't have Dr. Pepper? That hits me and Bomber pretty close to the heart.
Yeah, it does. Hey, I actually got 2 cases or 2 12-packs today. That way I have them. Yeah, that way I have them on hand.
I've still got a bunch left over. Damian Green, thanks for stopping by, and fuck you very much. You're blocked.
Boom
Damn!
The fuck's boom today mean?
Chat. And Power
got
Man,
booted the fuck out of here.
thank you for $2 super chat. Great show, boy. Hit the like button. We do try. We're out of practice.
4K.
You sure we try?
Unhidden.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah, we're out of practice.
Power Man 4K is my Power Man 4K is my co-host to the XBL USA podcast. So shout out to him, brother.
Guessing he's a Power Man 5000
Oh,
fan.
now you say it.
Or
He's been
Luke
saying
Cage fan.
hi, like half the show. And now you're like, hey, there he is.
Yeah,
nice
now,
one,
you
Bob.
know,
Nice
everybody's got their lives going on. I don't hate.
Well, Bob said he didn't care about the little people earlier,
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, that's what I remember. Do you recall saying that?
Shoot.
Did
Yeah,
anybody
you should have
watch?
heard him before the show, man. Yeah,
Never heard
it,
something.
it was bad, Power Man. You should have heard it.
You should.
I never heard someone talk so bad about the British before in my life. I was like, God damn.
Never. Didn't happen. No.
It totally
prove
did.
it-
Dude.
prove us wrong.
We got it
1,
recorded.
2, 3, 4 against 1.
We got it recorded.
But
He totally
Yeah,
did
but
it.
I'm in the center of the podcast, so I outpower all of you.
No,
Wait,
you're in the
what?
center because you're getting. Never mind.
Oh, you know what? Watch.
Free advertising.
You're the
you're like that
receiver
girl
today.
You're like
Okay,
that girl that
don't
was
do that.
that's on that. You're like that girl that's on the.
He's like, I don't want to turn. I don't want to turn.
In the center, I'm the pivot man. I get it.
Get me out.
But I think that has covered all of our topics, hasn't it?
Don't worry, KY. We'll kill you off
So-
screen like Cortana.
What?
Oh,
Damn.
No more topics.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
you can talk about Cyberpunk. What?
Hell yeah! A couple of weeks we get that.
Cyber what?
hopefully. The
Yeah,
best game that
Cyberpunk
came out
finally
last
gets
year.
released.
yeah, they're finally got their next gen.
We get to
So
talk
when's
about
this coming
the
out?
cover they revealed.
Supposedly coming out in the next couple of weeks. At least that's what's
Really?
rumored right now. Of course, I mean, take that with great assault, especially with CD Projekt Red anyway. But
Yeah, they said
I'm
their
excited
first
for it.
quarter, and their first quarter is anywhere between
Yeah.
like mid-January and mid-March.
I'll say
Did
one thing. I
anybody
like the
watch
coverage
the-
of the new physicals better than
Gran
the last.
Turismo coverage.
yes, Gran Turismo today. Yes.
That's what I was trying to
cares,
ask.
Sean?
Oh my goodness, it looked great. Oh, it looked so good. Now,
I got
granted,
bored.
why the hell they had to go into detail about telling me what damn clouds do in real life? Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it looks pretty good. Okay, cool.
Best news
But-
I heard today was Wonderlands went gold.
Oh yeah.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah, the game looks pretty, but I won't play because I don't do racers.
Yeah.
I play Horizon 5 just for different reasons. It's not really a racer in my mind. It kind of is, but
It's
it's
that
not.
Xbox cred.
No.
You got
Actually, it's been a while since I played Horizon 5, to be honest.
Oh, same here. It's
It's
Got to
been
be
a
that
long
statistic,
while.
one of the 18 million.
I played it for the Game Pass quest. That was about it.
I played Horizon 5 last week, past Friday.
Yeah, it's been.
It's
Oh,
been-
you
I've
played
been in
Halo.
the right mood.
But Halo's taking all my time, or Rocket League.
Halo's mostly what's taking my time, but like I said, I got into Black Flag and I just could not put it down. I was supposed to play with the community game nights and all that, and I got sucked into it. I was like, okay, I'll be there. And it was just kind of like one of those things. It's like, dinner's ready. Yeah, I'll be there, Mom. Still playing video games. It's bedtime. Yeah, I'll be there. Bedtime. Yeah, you're still playing.
Are you about to give your microphone a blowjob or something?
No,
Jesus.
he's doing some AMSR, man.
It's so soft and fuzzy. Occasionally, I like to feel it on my chin. I mean, come on now.
Didn't you call
Um,
my
You
microphone?
like fuzzy stuff on your chin? All
You
right.
just earlier in
Okay.
the
I
green
think I was
room,
right.
Oh, I heard ball sack.
in the green
One
room.
thing Wilmy won't allow on this podcast.
In the green room, he called that microphone the Power Man 4K ball. What are you doing?
That's what you are right, Grant. I think that's what it was referring
That's
to.
where
Yeah.
Power Man goes, I only have one ball too. What the fuck, man?
So I have a blue Snowball microphone, and
I-
the pop filter is a fuzz cover, and it feels very nice against the chin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right on.
Hey.
What a man does on camera is what a man does on camera. It's all good.
I
right.
turned off my camera because I did not want anybody to see the faces I was making.
Oh God! Seriously.
Somebody please clip that.
Man.
Good times. I'm loving every bit of it. Let's go.
All right, that was interesting. But
What's up,
yeah,
Ford?
I got a little bit bored watching the show today, so I didn't watch the entire thing.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, I barely got through it because I was just trying to look for just the regular gameplay, not just the loops
I
of the
skimmed for it.
replay stuff. So, but
Wasn't
I
it
mean, it
just
still
a
looks
recent
good.
game
But
today?
yeah, Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna watch it.
So I do have something to say about the Gran Turismo. They put a lot of emphasis into the camera mode.
Yeah, they did.
And even after the rendering of the picture they took, it still did not look as good as the actual like still frame of the gameplay that I see in Forza. Right? It didn't
I don't
look
know.
like a-
Look
I don't know, it looked-
closely at any of it.
It looked from. I mean, depending on which photo mode you were looking at, because I know they did the scapes, which it always looks incredible because they use real background pictures with the rendered HDR picture of the car, which looks gorgeous. But like the in-game driving, and they kind of edited it or whatever, it looked pretty phenomenal. I think the details are definitely pretty high up there, especially like headlights, stuff like that. But I mean, granted, that's just going to be for those who want to, just like Forza is, where you just want to, oh, look how awesome this car looks, which I've done so many times, and it's a good thing to do. I mean, that's part of the game.
I don't do photo mode, and I just
Yeah, I don't do it very often.
I'd rather I don't, and that's that whole comparison. I don't buy. It's not for me. I don't get it. I mean, cool for those that like photo mode, but when you start comparing stuff like that, they're two different engines, two different games. I mean, yes, they're both racers. They're both cars, but to me, I'm more into when I'm playing. It better look good while I'm playing, and most of the times I'm not even noticing the pop up in the field like 500 feet away on a fucking mountain, and it's a little sleeve of grass that's coming up. You know, I'm in focused on where I'm going and driving. You know what I mean? So when they're comparing Turismo to 5,
pop-ins does
yeah,
bother me.
I want the gameplay. Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
Pop-ins really bothered me. That's why I
will
couldn't.
watch that.
But
Ghost
if
Fighter
you're talking about a
notice
sliver
them,
from
like if you're
500 feet
looking
away,
for 'em, you'll see 'em.
yeah.
Type
If you're looking for them, if it's right in front of me, yeah, that's a different story. But if it's off to the side of the screen, really, who's looking at that? No one really is looking at that while you're racing, while you're playing and watching your lines that you're going.
I do.
You know what I mean?
Watching
If it's
your
in front of
lines.
you, yeah.
No
it's
joke.
just-
That's what I'm
Wrong,
for.
Fred.
Hey, I'm probably the minority there, but I do all the time. That's why, like, especially like with Halo, when they showed that shit the first time, it was popping in like crazy. And then-
Yeah, I mean that
Well,
bush
Forza-
is like 2 feet from him too.
yeah,
yeah,
but
and
that's
then, like,
the
Forza
difference.
5, and then Forza
the stuff
5,
in the
same thing there,
distance didn't
pops in
bother
like
me, but
crazy.
yeah,
It's
the
like,
grass.
it's still
And we're
a great
back on
game, don't
Halo.
get me wrong,
Jesus
but-
That's what I'm
Christ.
saying. 2
I mean,
feet away from
them
the
motherfuckers
tire,
were
the
having
grass
mountains
pops up.
pop in,
Yeah.
bro. Not just
Yeah.
blades of grass; they were fucking having mountains.
Well,
pop.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, when they had mountains pop in, that's the different. But I had mountains pop in on Forza Horizon 5 too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I mean, if you want to be nitpicky, you can be nitpicky.
I mean, it's not nitpicky. It's just it is what it is. It's there. Just like freaking Horizon Zero Dawn, tons of pop in there too. I mean,
Right.
it's just
I
these
was
games
even
that are
playing
big
it.
like that are gonna have that.
Right. Even
Oh
playing
yeah,
Halo
well, you got to play
campaign.
Battlefield.
No shit.
geez.
There's no pop-ins there because the shit just don't spawn in at all.
It's
I
just
I had a
I
whole
haven't-
building
I haven't
pop out
touched-
while I was on it in Battlefield.
I know
Oh
I
my
was a
goodness.
huge Battlefield advocate.
Yes,
and I
you
was like,
were.
I
and
thought
I kept
Battlefield
telling
was
you.
just gonna shit on
Me too.
everything. And I have
shit on
what,
everything for sure.
I
It
have what like
stinks.
6 days of playtime in the Halo multiplayer, and I haven't touched Battlefield since the early access week.
Well, dude, I have 50.
That
I
is
think
what I'm
52
talking about.
minutes. I think I have 52 minutes total, or 54 on Battlefield.
I think I
And
have
that was
like
just because
10
I was
hours.
trying. I was trying to just maybe try to play it. But it was.
I think
just,
me and
it
you
was
played it the launch night together. We played it, and then we realized we had to do that stupid scenario thing where they make you go and fight the bots, and the whole time you were so mad. I was just like,
stupid.
Come on,
The game
it can't
is
be that
dumb.
bad. And then the more I
Yeah.
played it, and then when I got into a real match, I was like, fuck, this is bad.
Well, when I played the alpha and the beta of it, that was I already knew this game was going to be absolutely terrible, and everybody didn't want to believe me. They're like, "No, it's going to be great." I'm like, "Okay,"
Which is weird. I had more fun on the beta than I did on the actual game.
Same here.
I had no fun on
Same
any
here.
of it.
But
It was
I will
terrible
say
all the
though,
way
this
around.
with Mav and his crew, me and Forte were playing the Portal mode and some Bad Company maps, and that was at that moment, that instance, it was running perfectly for me and Forte. It was a fucking blast. And then we joined Mav and Pong and all of them, and Lady was there, Caitlin. We started our own server through the Battlefield portal. We were hopping through Bad Company, Battlefield 3, some 4, and that was a fucking blast. It ran perfectly, and we had a full server that we made, and then I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
I had fun with Wilmy, Fork, and Ghost playing it. I think Bomber was there. Were you there, Bomber?
I think I played one time ago.
I played with you too, Leo. We were all playing
Yeah.
together, remember? I was a chopper.
We had a lot of fun.
I just think it's sad that the best part of 2042 is to play all the old games. Like that's the sad part. It's like to play all the old modes and the old game mode. Like it's just sad. Like that game was just I don't know.
I know Lady did. She had to use the 10, like she said, the one and the only time she played it, she had to do that whole 10-hour through the through the EA Plus you get from Game Pass to put 10-hour trial and
yeah.
This Friday,
I'm gonna hold out.
This Friday, I do have my Dying Light 2
that's right.
installed, and I have Crossfire X installed for next week.
I'll pick up Dying Light 2 eventually. It looks really
just
fun.
reminded me I need to pre-install Crossfire X. Yes,
and I'm hoping it was worth $25. But I mean, it's $25. Who cares?
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Fuck it. I've been waiting on that game for a long time.
I'm sorry.
I'm a Game
now
Pass.
Is the campaign in Game Pass?
No. One part of the campaign, which is technically what they call the 2 campaigns. It's just the one side you get the one campaign that will be in Game Pass, and then the other one you have to pay the $25 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try it out because it's in Game Pass. But other than that, I'm a hard pass from what I've seen. It has not interested me, and watching the multiplayer reminds me of just a more detailed CS:GO. When you got your guy running and his knees are up to his chest. Nobody runs.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the multiplayer.
The multiplayer. I wouldn't even touch.
Wait, there's a multiplayer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That was that crappy
different company.
CS:GO.
It's CS:GO shit.
That ain't it, Chief.
No, exactly.
Yeah, the multiplayer is like the main thing for that game. At least it's where it originally was from.
Yeah. But on that note, we're going to get everybody out of here, and we will start with Leo. Leo, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. Bob, Obi, thanks for coming on. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Go ahead, Dredd.
Yep.
All right. Again, thanks, Obi. Thanks, Bob. Hey, Mo, I don't know what happened, but, you got to do what you got to do. Yes. Well, it's
like I was
working that corner.
Yeah. So, as you can see, I've adjusted my screen a little bit. But, yeah, thanks to everybody. Just look it over. So, anyway, where can we find you, KY Bob?
Again, thank you to all the Game and Beyond the Box normals. It is a blast being here every time I'm here.
We're not normals, trust me. We're abnormals.
We're definitely abnormal.
Who the fuck are you calling normal?
I definitely found out I'm abnormal today.
And
I didn't think about that.
Obi, it was a lot of fun hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Known you for a while. And you could find me, KY Bob, on Xbox, PlayStation, YouTube, Twitter. And you can find me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern hosting the Xbox Live Party USA stream. I hope to see everybody there, and thank you for watching.
and participating.
And participating, of course.
Yeah, you get a participation award. Yeah.
All right, Obi, tell everybody where they can find you, dude.
You can find me on Xbox and Twitter via Obi1 with 2 L's instead of I's because I had to make it work. And then you can find me on YouTube at Xbox Obi, where I cover gaming news just for Xbox, really only. I keep it positive on there about everything. My last video, I think, was 4 days ago or 5 days, maybe. It's hard for me to want to make a video sometimes if I don't find things interesting. I gotta get used to talking about things I don't really give a shit about to push out the consistency of the content. But it is, man. It's hard to make a 4-minute video to drag conversation on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, you can find me on
Shorts,
YouTube,
bro.
Yeah, Xbox Obi. Yeah, thanks for having me back. Love being on here with you guys. You guys are always a fun bunch to be around. Now, Husk, yeah, Pete, you're more interesting, so you talk now.
Stuff and things. It's good to be back. Thanks for the 2 shit biscuits that joined us. Sucks Mo couldn't be here. We'll get him next week. And yeah, we're probably going to play some Halo here shortly after I eat some pizza and get some water and stuff and put the girls to bed.
Hydrate, bitch.
Hydrate. So yeah, that's it.
All right, Bomber.
Well, thank you, everybody that's come out tonight. Freaking awesome show. Finally get back on this. Maybe every week we'll be here for the rest of the year. We'll see. Of course, you can find me on the old Twitter at HRBomber1414. And of course, if you're needing any beard products whatsoever, definitely check out
all kinds of things.
You do. I think you do. You need all that shit. Go to alwaysbearded.com. Use code TIM10. That's TIM, the number 10. Get you a little discount on your whole entire order. So, but other than that, see y'all next week.
Fair enough. And Obi, Bob, thanks for joining us. And Mo does apologize, but he will be here next week. That's the plan.
Heck yeah.
So we'll see.
All right.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, podcast subject to change, exactly.
Yep.
And of course, you can find me here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find me on Twitter unless you're one of the almost 200,000 people I got blocked now. So
We need a celebration for 200K. That's a lot.
I'm
A
getting
giveaway
really
for all the people not blocked. Yeah.
Boom.
Husk,
If you're not
Husk,
blocked,
you've
you're
gotta
eligible.
Make a video for 200K
Sweet.
blocks. You gotta do it.
Wow. I'm getting close. I'm getting really close.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
how long that video would be if we just listed all the names that were blocked?
That's
Just had them scrolling
somehow
super fast.
I don't know how you
No, make it like the Star Wars, just because he hates Star Wars, but that rolling.
Oh, God.
Dude, if
Actually,
you
that would-
that
That's
list,
that
it
would
would
be like
make
a week
sense.
long.
probably.
That'll be
It
a
would
week.
actually.
He can export that list and share it to somebody else, and you can adopt that list.
Good God.
That would be
That
awesome.
sounds so boring.
It would be a long ass episode of just that.
And probably the longest call out ever.
Yes.
Jesus,
Right.
This is a motherfucker. This is a motherfucker. This is
We'd
a motherfucker.
start the podcast on like a Monday. It would end like 3 weeks later. Maybe 4.
Pretty much.
You know how most podcasts show their Patreons at the beginning? Show your
Yeah.
blocks. Show your blocks.
Dude, the podcast
Oh,
isn't
dude.
long enough. That would
Yeah,
Have
it
the
ain't long
block
enough.
list.
That's
the
what I was
block
saying. It's
list
not long enough.
circulating on the bottom of the screen.
It would be a blur. It would be a line if we had to go that fast.
Oh, what's his name? Jeffrey Strife Hayes. Do what he does, where he puts all his patrons on. He like writes it out, and he just keeps on shrinking the font every time he gets
Make it smaller
too
and
big.
smaller.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And we will be back here next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And hopefully you guys have a great week and enjoy some gaming. And we will see you real soon. And where's my
Have a good one, everybody.
It was great.